My Hero Academia has some of the best fights out of any show I've ever seen, but which one is really the best? I think an argument can be made about any one of them, but it's how a fight would make you feel, how you feel it in the loins that makes it the best. And for some reason I have a nostalgic feeling when I always think back of when Deku and Todoroki fought each other. Felt like the entire season was building up to this moment, and when we got to see Todoroki's backstory, it made the hit even harder. Since Todoroki was basically a knockoff Zuko, everyone was wondering where he got the scar from. They both even had major daddy issues and fathers in power, so it didn't come as a surprise when people always compared the two. But with that knowledge in play, most people that have seen Avatar The Last Airbender thought that Todoroki's dad was the one who actually gave him the scar. Then in a turn of events, his mom was the one who gave him the scar because she didn't like his dad. Also later on, Todoroki finds out that Deku has some affiliation with All Might, thinking he's a secret love child or something. And from what we know, Endeavor doesn't like All Might, and all he wants to do is beat him and be the #1 hero. And then you actually get into the fight, and you realize that Deku is exploding himself in order to win. Meanwhile, you can hear that sweet You Say Run music that goes with everything that just makes it hit so hard. I love the music, and You Say Run is a classic. So what the viewers understand early on is that they're both on a timer. And also, Todoroki knows Deku's on a timer, and Deku knows Todoroki's on a timer. Except the big difference is that Todoroki's just trying to outlast his timer, but Deku's trying to make Todoroki use his fire as he gets more mad and mad that he's not using it. And all these factors play into one big thing: what a hero really is. Because most of the time, all these young heroes, they want to do is win. For example, Todoroki wants to win, but not use his firepower, and Buko just wants to win. But that ends up always not being the right thing to do. Sometimes you have to save people, and in this case, Deku feels he has to save Todoroki because he's not living up to his full potential. And the best part about this is the dynamic set up between the three best boys. So how I gauge the three of them is on 3 different levels. I think Bako's very clean cut and dry. All he wants to do is win, and for this example, let's say he uses quirk at about 100%. As for Shoto, he wants to win, but he's going to do it his way. And also, he only uses quirk at about 50%, because he's literally only using half of his quirk. And as for Deku, he wants to become the greatest hero, which is kind of hard to say what that really means, but he's not all about winning. And he only uses quirk about, let's say, negative, because he literally hurts his body when he uses it. So wrap that all the way back around to the fight. Now Deku's breaking all his fingers, and what does he do? He breaks a finger he's already broken. Which this confuses Todoroki. He's like, what is your plan here? Like, did my dad put you up to this? I don't get it. Because all he wants to do is win. He's like, how are you supposed to win by re-breaking your fingers? And then when he says, oh, you haven't put a scratch on me, then I think as a viewer I realize, wow, like they haven't even actually fought each other. They've just been going at it in a matter of wills, which is awesome. And after we finally get some contact in the show, it becomes apparent that Deku's hurting himself beyond repair, that Recovery Girl may not be able to fix him, and his career might even be over. And why is he doing this? It's because you have to make hard decisions as a hero, and sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself for other people. And as the fight goes on more and more, Shoto literally ends up contemplating life. And his mindset is flawed, which is a dilemma, and it's put into question as what really is a hero. And then towards the end of this contemplation, he realizes his mom said he doesn't have to be imprisoned by his blood. And then the best part about the fight happens. He realizes that he can use his quirk and become a hero, so the revelation ends up as an explosion of fire. And then Deku cracks a smile because in that moment he knew he won. And then Shoto's like, why are you smiling? You're gonna lose. Which he still doesn't realize what a hero really means, but he's getting there. Now, after everything's all said and done, they can finally go at it, and they have a complete, full-on power of explosion of wills, and the beautiful animation of the explosion only made it better. And after all the smoke clears, who really won? And it's Todoroki, who probably should have won as it is anyways. And then when he fights Buko later on, he'd still rather lose than use his fire, so this was a big moment in his progression of character. And the funny part about the fight is they didn't actually have much fighting. It was more of the backstory that made the fight feel so good. And not every fight has to have a bunch of fighting and crazy animations to make it good. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That's one of my favorite fights so far. Maybe you have a better one from My Hero Academia that you can put in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.